TalkOne Radio, covering the Low Country's finest conservative talk radio, serving Hilton Head, Bluffton, Beaufort, Savannah, and beyond. Featuring your host, Big Al Flowers, with co-host Jeff Zapp. Two patriots who are unashamed to speak truth as they stand for God, family, and country. Join them as they discuss hot issues, breaking news, politics, sports, faith, and more, keeping the Low Country entertained and informed. Listen at TalkOneRadio.com or watch them streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Taking your calls at 843-800-1492. Don't be left out in the marsh. Find your voice on the Low Country's finest talk radio. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern, only on TalkOne Radio.
Just another day in paradise. Covering the Golden Triangle, Hilton Head, Bluffton, and Beaufort. Your hosts, Alan Flowers, king hot local issues and taking your calls as they keep the Low Country entertained and informed. Listen at www.talkoneradio.com and call 843-800-1492. Don't be left out in the marsh. Find your voice on the Low Country's finest talk radio. And now, here's Big Al.
All right, good evening, everyone. Al Flowers here with TalkOne Radio. I'm in the room. We swam here, hanging onto a life raft.
We're going to need a bigger boat.
Laddie, with my good man, Jeff Zapp.
Thank you, brother. Good to see you.
Cracking another, what is it, Monday?
It is Monday. I had to look twice when I was putting it on the ticker. It is Monday, all day.
Yeah, BB King had it right, baby.
That's right.
I'll tell you, it was cats and dogs all the way in. I was 25 miles an hour. It's the slowest I've ever been.
It always amazes me when someone flies by doing like 55 down the parkway. There's water flying everywhere. Right. It's like, hey, slow down, man.
It doesn't take them long to slow down.
They never must have driven up north in the snow, right?
Right, that's it. Well, thank God we don't have any snow. But tonight
don't say the S word.
Depends on what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Joe Biden. I don't know. Slow. Is that what you mean?
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I threw a curveball there.
Come on, man. Get a life.
Get a life. That's right. Thank you. Thank you, Joe.
Yeah.
We're trying to get a life with you at Helm. Oh, my goodness. I'll tell you. This guy the boat is sinking, and he thinks it's great. It's like the Gilligan, what is it, captain from the Minnow, SS Minnow. Brutal. Well, his big watchword through his pal Mayorkas is that, if you're black, you got to go back.
Is that what the new slogan is?
I think that's
Build back better with, if you're black, you got to go back to Haiti.
Well, we got 14,000 of them living under a bridge now, but no problem. There's nothing, no crisis whatsoever.
There's no crisis. There's nothing to see down there at the southern border.
Yeah. I mean, anybody in their right mind would just say, what is happening? What's going on? Who's in charge of this malarkey?
How appropriate, right?
Right. I mean, it's too much, too much. Sad news. I saw that this Gabby, this young girl that they found her out in Wyoming. That's
Grand Teton National Park. That's
absolutely awful. I mean, as a parent, that crushed me. And of course, they raid the guy, this
down in Florida, right?
A High Plains drifter that they they grab, guess who, some half stoner that picks up, what was she, 22 years old?
Young lady.
Hey, hold your kids close and keep them close, will you?
Yeah, it's a horror story for every parent.
Right. Don't be afraid to ask where they're going. I mean,
young adult, honestly, especially a woman. So
running away with some surfer that, some deranged moron.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. Definitely unfortunate. But what's the news with you? How was your weekend?
Busy, as usual.
Yeah.
But hey, some good news for our loyal listeners out there. We're live on Rumble.
Yes.
I've got the stream up here, and it's the sound and the audio quality is pretty good. And I was in the studio earlier today because we've got a special guest with us here tonight. She'll be on at 7:30. Helen Spalding will be talking. If I can talk, it is Monday. It's the microphone, folks. That's what the problem is, and the red hair. She'll be in tonight, so I know we're going to have quite a few folks that'll be joining us. Yeah. And I got us up on Telegram, thanks to Helen as well.
Nice.
Yeah, we got that all up.
Well,
so we're like in the big time.
You were chasing me around today. Yeah. Hey, do this, knucklehead. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it is fun. So a lot of stuff, and still just pressing forward with everything else that we're going through. But Friday was pretty cool. Was homecoming. That's why I wasn't here in the studio. You had your buddy Roman.
Hey, listen, I had the original gangster, the OG from TalkOne Radio. Yeah,
I did watch it. He's cool.
FDNY.
You think he'll come in and hang out with me when you're out for a little while?
I don't know. I could ask him.
Maybe I have to befriend him.
He's from Brooklyn, so need I say more? I mean,
that's great. I got a lot of friends from Brooklyn.
We had to have an interpreter in here, closed caption, just for him, but. He's a hero in my book and a great guy. And he's, when we first started out, every time, when you jump off, leave the dock, jump off the high board and you say, I need a partner. And this guy stepped right up and said, I'd love to do it with you. So for that reason alone, I'm definitely I get a man crush on the guy for that, for holding on to me and helping me and just being part of the show.
Yeah.
And setting the basic foundation, and now look how far we've come. I mean,
big time.
Yeah, unbelievable.
It's fun,
and it is fun. I mean, we're on 100 stations across the nation right now.
I know it's kind of scary.
100, and I had a conversation with the guy that marketed all that for us out of Minneapolis, Cleveland Roads, and he says good things are coming. They found our show about with Blexic. Exceptional.
Good.
Because most of our shows are pointed, the 100 stations across the country are all urban stations. So,
right.
The word that the big bad conservative doesn't care about them is we're deflating that air in that balloon quite quickly. So,
well, and also the other fact that we're supposedly a systemically racist country, and we know that that's not the case. And when we had Blexit on, we discussed that very issue.
Right.
And I think it's really important that, especially within the Black, the urban community,
sure,
that they recognize that two older white dudes, that it's not about the color of your skin, No, and it never has been with us. We're two veterans. We've served with a variety of different brothers and sisters.
Right. Fought alongside people.
Yeah. Amen. So, it's never about that. So I think we're definitely crushing that misconception or the propaganda that's being pushed by this fake stream media every day.
Yeah, I think more and more, day by day, people are, voter regret.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think 80 million worth, but
well, I mean, that's what we've been told, right? And we keep talking about it. I don't want to beat that drum again, but we understand that if we don't get to the bottom of November 3rd, 2020, right, these people that we'll call it a uniparty, because whether you have an R or a D or an I beside your name,
sure,
we need to get to the bottom of this. Otherwise, we're worse than a banana republic.
Yeah,
we've been bamboozled. They say everything's on the up and up, but we know it's not.
Sure.
And in terms of Biden's base of the quote 80 million votes,
that always makes me laugh.
Give me a break. Where's his base?
Obama never got him.
His disapproval rating is almost 70% now, especially on issues with regard to the southern border.
Right.
We won't even talk about COVID, but we can get into that later. So just across the board, it's a disaster, Afghanistan, everything that we saw over there. And, inflation, I was looking at the numbers today. I don't know about you all, but I know when I go to the grocery store, I usually shop at Publix.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, I shop every couple of days. I like fresh produce. It's just the way they am. I like to cook. And I noticed today when I picked up like a bag and a half of groceries, it was like $65. And I was like, yeah, that'd be inflation right there.
Yeah.
So your dollar is buying, it doesn't have the same power. You're buying a lot less goods or services. And it is kind of scary times, but we know who's in charge.
Yeah.
It's not Al or Jeff.
That's right. I'm glad I can lay my burdens on the good Lord. I'll tell you what, with everything. It's a refreshing.
That's what he's there for.
Yeah, it's a refreshing thing. What was it this last Friday? When was your daughter in for that homecoming?
Bluffton High School homecoming was on Friday.
Yeah, I thought that was
good.
Very nice.
I hadn't been to a football game in a few years, high school football game, I should say.
Your daughter is stunning, by the way.
Well, thank you. She takes after her mother.
Yeah, well, I knew that right away.
Old ginger dude here. So yeah, thank you so much.
It was beautiful kids, that's for sure.
Yeah, my son is getting ready he's going to take the ACT again, but he's kind of seriously considering maybe going to University of South Carolina. So
how about the Air Force Academy? How about?
I don't know. We're talking a little bit about the military service, but the way the things are going right now in terms of the DOD, I think that he's somewhat cautious. He pays attention because mom and dad are paying attention.
Sure, right.
All the time. So I don't know. I mean, it's like they're weeding out all the domestic violent extremists.
Right. All the normal patriots.
Yeah.
Well, the
red, white, and
blue.
The
Army has come up with the 31 Echo MOS now.
Yeah. Right.
The internment specialist. Share. I'll have to dig that up in our first break so we can share that.
Yeah, people don't believe that that's the case. Or, you're a conspiracy theorist.
Right, go to USA Jobs. Go to USA Jobs.
It's right there in black and white.
It's right there. It talks about.
Or better yet, go to Sky News and watch what's happening in Australia. Right. Come on, mate. Come on down under. Yeah. Throw another shrimp on the barbie.
But don't go outside.
Throw another COVID shot in the arm. Yeah, I think it's crazy times. We always say it's like bizarre world. We're not really sure what's coming up next, but anyway, so yeah, it was Friday. Everything's good. Had a lot of stuff. My wife is very diligent about the decorating, so I'm just I'm the laborer. So we were finishing up, getting ready for fall, switching over everything to fall, and and then Halloween and Thanksgiving and so forth. And I don't like talking about it because it's like next thing you know, it's the end of the year and then New Year. Oh my goodness, another notch in the belt.
Oh my,
yeah, ooh-ah. Right. And you got some stuff coming.
The biggest thing I got going, my wife says, hey, can you change the flag, from whatever it is, summer, we
fall harvest.
Fall. It's one of those little lawn flags.
I'm fine with having
I said, okay, I'll make time for you.
Like twice a year changing things over. But I was like, I got to climb up to the attic. But I love you, honey, if you're listening. No, I'm just kidding. She does a great job, and she gets a lot of that from her. Her mom's incredible, too, of a phenomenal mother-in-law who is really good with all the tchotchke and she calls me Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, by the way. So if you know what that means, it means that I'm pretty good with textures and colors and voiceovers.
Well, that's right. Why I like you anyway.
Yeah. Well, hey,
normally you dress me
now. That's good. So what's going on with you?
Hey, big news.
Let's hear it.
Well, I finished up my testing today. Folks, I'm getting a triple bypass on October 1st. And what's really wild about this is that it is the day and the date of my initial heart attack that started this, snowball rolling 17 years ago.
Wow.
And, I was playing hockey. I was struck down and they hauled me off and everything was fine. But it was weird because I asked my doctor, I said, how long do these stints last? She goes, 20, 25 years if you, take care of yourself. And I said, well, I'm so, but she goes, don't worry about it. So I do my stress test and voila, I have a issue here, 99% occluded. So I go for the cath thing last week. She goes, I can't do anything for you. And the best thing we can do is, change the plumbing, hop over all these blockages. And I said, okay. So that's where we're at. It's kind of, it's a little bit disconcerting.
Sure.
Because, I've done a lot of research into it, they actually stop your heart.
Yep.
And put you on a blood, lung machine. And I'm like, ooh, they stopped my heart, huh?
Well, the whole thing is surreal. Got to be like
45 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'll report back of what I saw. If there's
next Friday, I believe. Is that?
No, it's the first. So we got another Friday to go. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's the big news for me. So, it's like, it's tough to reconcile it, but my faith is in God. So,
Yep. Keep those that are listening that do pray. Certainly cover your prayers for my brother over here who's going to be going under the knife.
Thank you very much. But, for sure. But one little tip that I'll give everybody, and then I won't mention it again. Listen, if you have a genetic history in your family of these, your dad fell over with a stroke or your favorite uncle died of a heart attack, go get checked out. I don't care if you're 25.
Yeah.
Go get a full cardiac, markup or whatever they call it.
The same is true for any type of genetic predisposition for your family, whether it might have prostate cancer in the family or some other type of hereditary disease. And my dad died of lymphoma. Something, again, just to pay attention to. Some people have cardiac issues, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Endocrinology, whatever it is.
I would
get it checked out.
I would have never thought of that. I went through life, just quite frankly, drinking, smoking, partying, playing hockey, rolling with the fellas and having a great time. And I just never gave it a thought.
Right.
All the way through both my service time, and all of a sudden it just kicked me right into keister. And then, now I'm coming up against something that's a little more immediate.
Well, I think it's a reminder of how fragile life is.
Absolutely.
We so often take it for granted, right?
Yeah.
Till a tragedy happens, someone close to you dies or has some sort of a bout with cancer or what have you. And, or something happens to us, we get some sort of terminal illness or sickness, acute illness, whatever it is. And I think maybe that's part of this whole thing that's been transpiring over the past 18 months with, this called Wuhan flu, or the virus that's been going around with the quote pandemic. It's been so scary. And on top of that, all the media reporting, fear mongering, constant, it eats you up. So people turn to alcohol or drugs or something else to
or they don't
medicate themselves,
or they don't go to the doctor because they don't want to get COVID.
Yeah. It's a real thing. It's serious. And I guess that's the thing, is just a chance to stop and pause and to be grateful, attitude of gratitude for everything in your life.
Sure.
But most importantly is if you're not paying attention to your health, maybe it's a good time to start doing that.
Yeah. Just give yourself a little hand check, check out your history and talk to your doctor about it, because it comes on quite quickly. But one thing I want to make, this is completely unscientific. What I did, I asked every nurse I talked to about how full is the hospital. Are you guys really packed?
I want to hear this. And this was here locally, by the way.
And in Charleston.
Okay.
I went up to Charleston for tests and confer with the surgeon. But every one of them said, I'll do my best, Joe Biden. No problem.
Everything's fine here.
Yeah.
No need to get the shot.
Yeah, it was,
Good. Well, that's good.
They were all like, no, we don't have any, we got plenty of room here. And I was like, well, what about these mainstream media telling everybody that you guys are, laying them in the hall?
Yeah. Well, I think you can always anticipate when you start looking at the headlines, whether that's here at the local island packet, the state, whatever it is, or the mainstream media, that what they're pushing out. It seems like they've moved on here locally to some other stories other than just COVID being the top.
Yeah. Yeah, they have.
Right? Yeah, well, they were hitting that Alex Murdaugh case for pretty heavy. It's like every 2 hours of breaking news. I don't know. I mean, anyway, I wasn't trying to go down that road.
No, that's okay. I mean, I don't know much about it because I just thought what a sad family story that is.
Yeah,
you know I mean,
there's more information that's coming out by the hour. So, but anyway.
And the guy's in a clink now, right? He's in jail. Right?
Well, yeah, it was some sort of attempt. I don't know. Did he pay somebody to off him? I don't know. I honestly, I'm not reading it anymore. A tragic thing is people died, and then including that Mallory Beach, who was the original person that died in the boating accident.
Yeah.
North of the Broad here. So anyway, so Monday, busy week. We got a
lot of things happening.
A lot of things happening. That's right. Well, good stuff.
We had Logan Cunningham in last week.
Yeah.
I was hoping to have him. I sent him a little message today. I says, might want to check us out on Rumble, brother.
Oh, good.
So he's my hero too. That guy, him and Hervishon, they're stalwarts on the county council.
Right.
With this Joe Passman, folks. He's due to be ejected. So
next year get somebody.
Let's get him out of there because he is drunk with power. This cat, him and this Greenwald, the county administrator.
Yeah,
is that his name? Greenwald or Green Jeans, something like that. This guy's making a bucket of money. He's got a car. He's got
all the perks,
all the super perks. It's old Joe's buddy. That they handled Ashley Monroe like. The backdoor mafia types, made her sit in the hall for 3 hours, then had her sit under the bright lights for a couple hours while they shook her down and said, well, your services are no longer needed. But she's done all this, she had a full length of whole, envelope full of things that she's done to improve the county.
Right. But
no, that wasn't good enough. They wanted this Green Jeans in there, or whatever his name is there.
Well, I think that's a great tie-in after we come back from our break to when Helen joins us. It is really important to be involved locally,
right,
in politics. I mean, it's one thing to follow what's happening nationally or even at the state legislature, the General Assembly, but you can really affect change by getting engaged locally, and you need to pay attention to what's happening right within your town, your city, right. With county council, like you said, the school board, certainly if you have children, and even if you don't, if you're a grandparent, you should be involved with the school board, the Board of Education, because people are making decisions that ultimately impact you. And if you're paying taxes, right, why wouldn't you want to make sure that your vote counts, that you're making a positive impact?
Right.
We've been in this slow, steady decline for so many years in this country, and so many people think that we're just going to right the ship or it's like an aircraft carrier. You don't turn on a dime, right?
Yeah.
It takes time, but more and more people, I think, are going, Is this America? Is this
right?
It's America, yeah.
Well, when you have these
wake up, America,
these small time administrators attempting to cut their own laws and exercise
tyrants. Let's just call them for what they are.
Suspenders. They want to make sure that we're in charge now. And I'll tell you, when it comes to your kids, stand up and fight.
Yeah,
because if you don't, we're going to lose them. Just take a look at some of these college students, university students. I mean, it happened to my daughter when she came back from
you said
Ohio University. I was like,
she was a new child.
I was like,
who are you?
Who are you?
Yeah.
What did you do with my daughter? Because it was all, I don't have to listen to you. I'm like, oh yeah, you do. The rules, we haven't renegotiated anything. Yeah. It's my house. You will do what I say. Yeah. I'll just leave.
There's the door. Don't let it hit you on the caboose.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's time to fight for our young people. This critical race theory, 1619 project, you name it.
Yeah.
They're coming after them. And I think, I'm not saying that you can't provide them a look at the other side of the coin. but just do it in a normal way instead of rewriting history.
Yeah.
For everything. That's what I'm.
Well, I think it's important that more and more patriots, folks that from all different backgrounds that love what this republic stands for and what this nation is about.
Right.
Especially the silent majority. They're not being silent anymore, which is fantastic. People, what do I have to do to get involved? It's really simple.
Yeah.
Make your voice heard. And one important aspect of that is our voting abilities, right? If our vote doesn't count, that's it. That's all she wrote.
Yeah, if our vote doesn't count, that is absolutely correct. We are in deep kimchi.
Yeah. Which always makes me concerned when you have people that are, quote, in your own party saying, oh, everything is fine and dandy. Nothing to see here. Right?
Yeah, like this Lindsey Graham. Nancy Mace.
Yeah, I've sent them some emails recently. I haven't heard back from them.
Oh, my.
I wonder why. And even including Senator Scott, which I have always been a pretty good fan of. But when I get his daily or 2 or 3 times a day now, fundraising, of course, because he's coming up for a race, and they want money, and this whole, I say, all these layers of fundraising and campaigning, and the Democrat or Republican Party, knocking on doors and making phone calls and all this stuff. It sounds really good. But again, at the end of the day, if someone is being selected and not elected, then what good is all that? Someone's making some money off that. We always say, follow the money. Connect the dots.
Absolutely. I mean, it doesn't matter what Stacey Abrams is crying about,
Yeah.
I mean, if it's already painted in gold, on the big ledger.
Well, they've got problems in Georgia. We can talk about that, but there's a lot that they're starting to unearth.
Right.
And supposedly I think there are 2 things tonight. One, we have Helen on the show. 2, I think Project Veritas is supposed to be releasing something pretty explosive around 8 p.m. Eastern tonight, I believe. So we'll have to check that during our first break here in a few minutes. And then I think on Friday, is it the 24th coming up? I think Arizona, Maricopa County is supposedly going to be having at least a preliminary report. I honestly don't know what's going on. I thought
that was supposed to be out later on tonight, 8 p.m., wasn't it?
I think that's Project Veritas. I could be wrong. I'm seeing some head shaking here, so I think, I'm right, you're wrong. No, I'm just kidding. But I believe on Friday, we've been talking about this for weeks now.
Yeah.
When are we ever going to see the fallout of Maricopa County?
Yeah.
And I'm hearing conflicting reports. So what I'm going to say, just like what we said about January 6th, Ashley Babbitt, we're just going to have to wait and see.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't hold the crystal ball. I don't know what's going to transpire. We do know, at least from, was it Liz Harris who did the canvassing out there? And folks, if you're wondering, the canvass is more important than the count. What's the canvass? Going on, knocking on doors and checking to make sure, did you vote or did you not vote? What's called phantom voters or ghost voters, and a lot of dead voters here in South Carolina. As an example, Engaged to Right, my wife, been doing a ton of research on dead people that are still on the active voter registration list. And that's why would you have that happen? Right. So at the end of the day, we're going to have to wait until the dust settles and the clouds lift to see what happens. But there's a lot going on. And it's really, when you step back, it's an exciting time to be alive, folks.
Right.
Stay positive. This country is worth fighting for.
I agree with you. Here's a note from the producer, just told me that she saw this on Nextdoor. Mike Covert announced that he will be making a state run in 2024. So good for him. Bravo. Go forth, my man. Go forth. I'll support you from this side. I'm not a big rally guy or carrying a sign type of guy, but
well, he said when he was on, he was trying to make up his mind when we had him on the phone.
Yeah.
Last week, right? Last Wednesday.
All right, why don't we go to a break and then we'll
go to a break and let's have Helen join us when we come back.
Sounds super, man.
Hang in there, folks. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
You're listening to TalkOne Radio.
Are you tired of market losses and fees associated with the stock market? Would you like to be able to watch your money grow without the risk of any losses? Successful Seniors can help you secure your retirement income. There are no monopolies on good ideas, and in today's financial environment, it is important to get a second opinion and find out what prudent and informed investors are doing with their money. Call toll-free 833-814-0115 or email Doug at dougfair1@msn.com for a no-cost appointment.
No time for fitness? Unsure of what to do when you walk into the gym? The eFit Club uses eGym and Matrix technology combined with personal training to easily guide you through your workout. It's the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to improve your health. The eFit Club is suitable for all adults, and our members are reporting amazing results. The eFit Club is located in Bluffton at the Belfair Town Village Shopping Center. Mention Alan or Roman of TalkOne Radio, and you'll receive a special discounted membership. It's your time to get fit. Change your fitness, change your life.
The Epoch Times is dedicated to truthful reporting, free from any influence of government.
Any influence and hook them underneath like that.
Subscription to the Epoch Times newspaper is limited access to over $1. Visit readepoch.com to subscribe online, or call the Epoch Times at 917-905-2080 to subscribe. 917-905-2080.
Looking for a barbershop with a traditional feel? Well, look no further. Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop is the Low Country's place. Top quality haircut or straight razor shave. You'll enjoy a family environment where everyone is welcomed and refreshments are on the house. Joe's is located at 23 Johnston Way in Bluffton and open 7 days a week. For old school service and quality, makes Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop your go-to place for the finest haircut and shave in the Low Country. Call 843-757-5637 or visit www.joesclassiccuts.com today for your next appointment.
Are you an entrepreneur with a business idea but just need a little help getting it off the ground? Well, the Don Ryan Center for Innovation in Bluffton can help entrepreneurs succeed and innovative companies grow. As a nonprofit organization, they provide resources and experience guidance to successfully launch and grow your business. Contact them today to see how they can help at 843-540-0405 or visit their website at donryancenter.com.
Hello, everybody. Jimmy here at Underground Burritos, your restaurant-inspired, taste-delivered, ready-to-heat meat burrito company. Also got them great, hot and ready. Hey, we moved locations this year over on May River Road, right here in the heart of Old Town Bluffton. Come give us a shout. Come pick up some great burritos. And hey, guys, look, we're teaming up with TalkOne Radio to bring you a great new radio show called Restaurant Talk. Look forward to hearing from you. Stop by. Have a great day.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, you have entered the No Hate Zone. We want to hear from you. Call us at 1-843-800-1492. Find your voice on the Low Country's finest conservative talk radio, TalkOne Radio. And now, here's Big Al.
All right. We're back now, right?
Yes, sir.
That's
We're
good.
on it.
How do you like that, folks?
I do dig it, man. I do dig it.
I like the beat.
The Zapper laid this down for us today. It's very nice. I'm almost ready to dance.
Well, it's kind of a neat it's a neat thing.
It's
so
good.
I did that for you. I figured, my wife's like, "What
Much
are you
love,
doing up in
brother,
the
much
booth
love."
tonight?" And it was
Yeah.
late, and I poured myself a little milk of the poppy, which, if anybody watched Games of Thrones, it's a joke. It's ouzo, so it's my little evening aperitif. So about 3 or 4 ice cubes, and then fill it to the brim with rim. Fill it to the rim with brim. That was the coffee. My grandmother drank that stuff. So anyway, so I was fooling around last night in the booth and decided, hey, let's do that. So, but because we had a special guest,
I know.
I know she's probably a little bit
I'm
nervous,
revved up.
and I hope not, because she's called in before, and she's ready to go. And her husband's here with her, right in the studio. So
Security,
Mike is, yeah, well, absolutely. And we're always packing here in the studio, because you never know what
crazy
Blantifa's going to come running down the hallway anytime. So, the FBI. But folks, tonight in the studio here with us, TalkOne Radio Network, we have Helen Spalding with us. And we're also going to try the video switcher. So I'm going to try to be asking questions while also at the same time trying to do the video switcher here, which I'm going to switch on right now. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Helen Spalding to the show. Helen. Look at that.
Hi.
I'm going to turn this up so you can actually see yourself there as well.
Oh, much better. Oh, thank you.
So welcome to the program, Helen.
Thank you.
And Mike, welcome as well. Thanks so much for being here. There's so much to talk about. You've been through so much lately.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've got a video here that I want to play, but just tell a little bit about, for some of the listeners, especially since we're broadcasting nationwide. You live up in the city of Beaufort, which is here in South Carolina. And you were with the, the election commission, right?
I was on the election board for the city of Beaufort.
So tell us a little bit about that and what transpired here just recently, because was it last week? And we'll play the videos. They unanimously decided to get rid of you.
I got canned.
Yeah.
My girlfriend and I have just been so distressed over the state of our union, our country. And so she has kept saying, we need to have a rally. We need to have a rally. We need to bring people together. Everyone's distraught and dismayed. And so we had a little rally on private property, and it was a bunch of speakers came, and we talked about auditing the vote, trying to get a forensic audit here in South Carolina, because I don't know about you guys, but I've seen enough evidence that I think warrants having an audit, and let's do it so we can all feel more comfortable, good, bad, or ugly, moving forward. So anyway, we have the audit, and I did give my position on the election board a second thought. I am an honest, responsible American, and I just didn't think I was doing anything wrong. I never even thought about it until the local liberal, I was going to say something else, and media, I use the term loosely, put an article in the paper about the rally, and that I was on the election commission, and that just can't be. You can't do that. And it was just, it really just blew up. It just got into something that was so ridiculous. I mean, so ridiculous. And I blame them. They stirred the pot. The first article that came out, they wanted to deplatform me. They wanted me removed, and they wanted to ruin my friend's business where we had the rally, which was really the worst part of the whole thing. I mean, I didn't care about myself, but that was horrible. All
for just exercising your First Amendment rights,
yes.
Correct?
Correct. Now, if you talk to the mayor and the city council, you'll see in the video, and I felt like it was like a firing squad is what they look like. And the city attorney, they got him involved too. Again, I think maybe a simple letter saying we'd like you removed would have been okay, but they want, were they looking for publicity? Were they kowtowing to the liberal media? I don't know, but it's the way it went down. So you'll see in the video. But the attorney said I broke several state laws apparently, and I question that. But
yeah. So one of the things that we wanted to ask you about is, so you decided to throw this rally because you're concerned about, like we just mentioned on the program, what really happened on November 3rd, 2020.
Yes.
And we're not the only ones saying this, right? But even though we're pigeonholed as, right-wing conspiracy theorists,
every name
QAnon,
in the book we're called.
Everything,
yes.
Right? And it's just, whatever was wrong with just questioning, asking questions,
yes.
Correct? I mean, so here you go. You said they wanted to deplatform you.
Mm-hmm.
We saw what happened at the beginning of the year, right? With everyone being censored, especially after the January 6th incident, right?
Yes.
People were asking questions. There's 14,000 hours of video that still they haven't been released.
Mm-hmm.
So people are just asking questions. And it seems like the easiest way, whether it's big tech, social media companies, or these local governments, or some of these mainstream media outlets, just to silence Helen.
Yeah.
How dare you?
I
throw
know.
a rally with Lynn Wood.
Right. Yes. I mean, that was the big thing, I guess. They can't stand him. The media can't stand him. Our local GOP can't stand him. And, when he came to town, I thought, thank goodness, someone that's going to fight and look into things and try to figure out what's going on. This is great. He's this big, powerful attorney, and they don't want to have anything to do with him. I guess maybe because they're afraid of what he says or what he's going to, he tells the truth.
Well, they
don't want to hear it.
Yeah, he speaks truth. So, that at the end of the day, I think what we recognize is people that are speaking truth, or at least trying to get to the bottom of what happened. We're just pushed aside. Like, you're not allowed to, you're not to look behind the curtain there.
But like you guys, I was telling you, Al, it's like we are the news now. People
Right.
like you have to get out. We have to get out and tell what we see and what happens to us so that people know
Right.
how we're all being treated. And maybe these liberal rags did us a favor because people are coming out of the woodwork contacting me. I think they probably do too,
Right.
you as well. And they're like, we are sick of being treated like this by our, government. And we are the people, we need to get back to of the people, by the people, for the people. Is that how that goes? That's what our government is.
Yeah.
And we've lost it.
It's all about the consent of the governed. We talk about this a lot here on our program. What this is, I hate the fact that they always throw around the term democracy. We got to save democracy.
Oh, I was undermining democracy. I
You
was
were
under the
undermined.
mayor.
You know what? We should probably. You want me to play the video so everyone can see it? I mean,
it's so humiliating.
Let me just say, can I ask you a question
go right
real
ahead.
quick? Helen, what, for the benefit of the people that don't quite understand what your job entailed, could you just, give us a snapshot of what you were hired to do?
Yes, I was. It was earlier in the year. It was February, I guess. I went back and looked. There was an application for to be on the election board on the city of Beaufort's Facebook or whatever. And so I filled out the application. Lo and behold, I was picked. I had to take a couple of online classes, learning about the voting machines and how they work. And then I had to take an in-person class at our voter registration and election office in Beaufort. It's for Beaufort County, actually, but it's in Beaufort. And so I did that. And, I can't remember if I signed anything or I was so excited. It was just one of the proudest moments of my life. It really was to be able to do that. And then I had my first gig when the empty seat on the city of Beaufort County Council was empty because our mayor left there and became mayor.
Sure.
And so I oversaw that election. The big, scary election board of the city of Beaufort was two people, me and Daryl.
Right.
So.
And that went.
And now there's an empty seat, everyone. So there's,
Well, I mean, so your duties would be just to ensure that things
Yeah, I
were
went
handled.
around to, actually, Mike drove me. I had to go around to all the polling places on election day and, just kind of just check in and see how things were going. And then it was 2 days later, I had to go into the office and we certified the vote.
And did you do that manually or was that electronic?
No, it was all electronic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And, I didn't know what I was doing. I just, the gal that has been running our voter registration office for many years really led the thing. And, we just took her lead. And
so you did that in a nonpartisan way.
I did that in a nonpartisan way. And I would have remained nonpartisan. Again, I'm a responsible person and I would never have let this affect what I did on the election board. It's just what other people, I guess because they're guilty of something or maybe they're projecting it onto me. I don't know.
Well, I think if you would have had a fundraiser for Joe Cunningham, perhaps you would have been in the clear.
Maybe.
This is what it smacks of to me.
The paper would have liked it.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Well, yeah, there probably would have been no issues whatsoever.
Yeah.
You would have been applauded.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that to apply the same principle, to be fair,
Sure.
if any of those, let's say another member, and it's safe that he or she is a Democrat, I'm just playing here for folks, follow along with me, and they decided to have a rally for a Democrat, maybe an incumbent or somebody, it probably would have been fine. The news media would have come, oh, look at this great event Helen threw for Joe Cunningham.
Yeah.
But y'all know what? Here's the thing. In the rally, there were no politicians. Before the rally got started, about a week ahead, a gal who's running against Nancy Mace called Lindsay Piper Loomis, her campaign reached out to me and said, could she say a few words? And I wished everyone, there's another fella I think that's going to run. And I wish anyone that was going to run would have contacted us and we would have said, here's 5 minutes, in front of 500 people, come say.
Right.
Nobody else reached out. She was the only one. So before everything got going, she got up and spoke for 5 minutes. Other than that, there were no politicians even at the event.
Right.
So
it begs the question, what's this all about?
I know.
I don't understand how that could be, how they could attack your character as being nonpartisan if you
Yeah, it was pretty
put together
hurtful.
a rally for something you believe in.
I know.
And you're still doing your job, which was demonstrated earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I did my job, they said I did a great job. My first gig. And it was a 6-year. It's a 6-year position. Yeah. So I guess I'm probably the shortest lived election commissioner ever.
Well, if you color outside of the lines, you're gonna be hit.
Yes,
They're gonna come after you. Correct?
I know, yeah, I had a rally on private property with no politicians, but we talked about hopefully trying to get an audit so we can all feel more comfortable moving forward, voting again. And that was my crime.
Well, I'm sorry that you've had to go through this humiliation.
Absolutely.
You're, just knowing you're a very sweet person, both
Thanks,
of you
Jeff.
and Mike, very authentic, down to earth people, great patriots. And you're just trying to, again, for the rally, which I was there, it was fantastic.
It was
the sense of, I say, national pride, if you will, the patriotism, right?
I know.
And all different. Jaron Jackson was great.
Yeah.
Seth Keshel was great. Lynn, of course, was great. My wife did a great job.
She did.
I helped write that speech, by the way.
Yeah.
But those are the things that when I look at it, it's like, again, we were just asking about what really happened.
And wasn't it nice to be together? Like we were all, we had some patriotic music. We were all together. It was.
Again, that's all covered under our First Amendment right. I'm sorry. Am I
Unless
missing
you're on
something?
the City of Beaufort election board.
And so here's the thing with like Lynn. I love Lynn. Okay. I like the fact that he connects the dots.
Mm-hmm.
He says things that might stir up the pot a little bit or stokes the hornet's nest. But that's good. We need people like that. When he first moved here, I'm going to share this little quick story, little tidbit. He moved to Beaufort County, and I had been praying. I kind of had an idea that I was going to meet Lynn Wood, by the way. This is the truth. And my wife had said she talked to Jeff Davis and that they were going to be coming down to the Beaufort County Republican Party headquarters, which of course I was at the time, the vice chairman under the current chairman. We know who that is. I'm going to leave out names. And we went up there, and it had the optics that we were throwing the chairman under the bus because, of course, famous attorney Lynn Wood when it shows up, and kind of the rest. I ended up stepping away from that whole debacle just because people are going to say mean things, haters are going to hate, as they say. But I'm thankful that I've had an opportunity to meet Lynn and his staff and those that work with him. Incredible people.
Genuine. They're genuine people that care about what's going on, and you're with those people, and then you see, not just locally, but I mean, across our state and everything, no one's listening to us. It's just, why isn't anyone standing up for what happened in 2020? I just
Well, unfortunately, and I think it's to the point, kind of what you're seeing is the very people that are elected are the beneficiaries of the system that's been created. And this hasn't happened, it's 2016. This has been going on for decades. I know. And it's sad. But listen, what I want to do here in just a moment, unless you have something else to ask, Al, I wanted to play this clip from last week where they voted unanimously, if that's all right with you. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to share this real quick here, and it's queued up, and we're going to go ahead and play it.
Mr. Lipsitz? Yes, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we remove Helen Spalding from the Election Commission.
Got a motion?
Second.
Got a second. All right. Mr. Harvey, would you mind? While he's coming up, we've had a fair amount of feedback on this issue, and so we have asked our legal counsel to provide an opinion.
So their legal counsel's coming up here now, basically loading his
Good
pistol.
evening. Title 7, Section 7-13-75 of the South Carolina Code provides as follows. No member of a county or municipal board of voter registration and elections may participate in political management or participate in a political campaign over whose election the member has jurisdiction during the member's term of office. No member may make a contribution to a candidate or knowingly attend a fundraiser held for the benefit of a candidate over whose election the member has jurisdiction.
You don't have a
violation of this section subjects the member to removal by the governor
The mayor says
or
thank
the appropriate
you.
appointive authority. I would note that the Beaufort City Council is the appointive authority for the Municipal Election Commission.
I'm glad we don't have to listen to this
I
fellow.
reviewed the videos of the political event
If you have
that
trouble falling
occurred
asleep
on
or you
August
suffer
30,
from insomnia, you could definitely.
in which Lynn Wood thanked Helen Spalding for organizing the
Well, you
event.
have invoked Lynn Wood's name there.
We also have, and I've given to council, the advertisement for the political event on September 7th, again organized by Helen Spalding. It is my opinion that these advertised activities constitute political management, which is prohibited by state law to be conducted by a member of the Election Commission. No one is saying that Ms. Spalding cannot engage in these political activities and cannot organize or manage these political rallies.
No one can
But under
engage.
the restrictions of the state statute, she
Well,
cannot
somebody's
do
gotta,
so
end
as
up
a member of the
in
City
file.
Election Commission.
Thank you, Mr. Harvey.
Any questions?
Council? Members of the public who wish to be heard on this matter?
They get ready to take a vote here in just a second, and that's
Then resume, sir.
Unanimous.
Mr. Harvey, thank you for your opinion. I wholeheartedly agree.
the mayor agrees wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
With the,
Council, all those in favor of removing Helen Spalding from the City of Beaufort's Election Commission, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Thank you.
Number one.
All right, so there you go, folks. That's the video we just shared with you from the City of Beaufort, unanimously, say that 3 times,
And
wholeheartedly removing Helen. And I'm just sorry. It just, when you see a video like that and you listen to this attorney, his opinion.
Yeah.
What political management for having a rally? I'm not an attorney, so I'm going to be careful. But we know some pretty smart attorneys,
right?
So I just don't
that have
see
said that verdict or whatever you want to call it was questionable, but
Is that something that you would consider even wanting to fight? Do you think that God's maybe pushing you in a different direction?
Well,
now?
I think, and we were talking about this earlier too. I think this has done us a great service,
Right.
especially that liberal rag that posted the videos of all the speakers at the rallies. People are coming out in droves to want to get involved.
Right.
I mean, that's all I ever wanted to do. Get involved locally. Try like you guys. I just want people to wake up and see what's going on around us. And this has really done a great thing. So I did have an attorney reach out, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they kept saying that you have direct authority over. I mean, not authority, but oversight. An election of someone that you have oversight of. Well, nobody there was.
The Lindsay Piper Loomis spoke for 5, and she's District 1,
Right.
But I mean, if you want to split hairs, I mean, and apparently they do. So I don't know.
Well, so what have you learned thus far, other than you said maybe it's a good thing because more people are coming, in terms of, I always try to look for the good, even when you go through challenges and bad or difficult situations. Share with the listening audience maybe what you've learned thus far.
What it is. My girlfriend and I, who did the rally together, or people are reaching out. We've had one meeting, which that was the other thing. They said that mentioned another date. We had a private meeting but they said that was an event or on September 7th. I don't know. Then the newspaper got that wrong too. Oh, the newspaper said I was doing the audit rally at the Hilton.
Oh yeah,
I was in charge of that one too.
I had to take a phone call on that because I was arranging security for that particular event. And the lady was really nice, but she said someone from corporate Hilton. I'm thinking, I've been doing business with Hilton for a long time, and I don't know who's calling this. So it does, again, make you wonder, who's stirring up all this stuff?
It's the media.
Is
it's
it the media?
I just think
are
they're
some of the
evil.
Republicans involved with this too? Maybe.
I mean, again, if you look at you know them way better than I do. Our local, Beaufort County local, they don't care about any of this kind of stuff.
There's
they
a
think
lot of
everything's
nonsense going on
great.
there.
Let's just keep moving on. Let's get on to 2022. They don't seem to. I don't understand it. I don't understand how they can feel this way. And there's only a handful of us in that. I'm an EC. But they don't want to listen.
Yeah, that's executive committee men. If you're wondering, if you're not familiar
that's very important
with
talk,
reorganizations, with political parties, but for the Republican Party, an executive committee person has voting rights, and that's actually where the power should reside with the people in the precincts. In this case, the EC. So that's good. I think we do learn a lot from these type of instances. It's unfortunate whether it's somebody smearing you or or slandering you, if you will. But people are going to talk. And I said, what doesn't kill us makes us stronger.
You're over the target, right? Mean, that's what they say when you get
right, when you get blasted.
I don't know.
Well, some of this stuff that this kid put in here, this Trump-fueled social media post, this bogus, reports, QAnon, conspiracy
that was a good
theory.
one. That was a good one.
I mean, he's dropping all these buzzwords that, of course, are just like triggering all these progressives into, number one, having zero sympathy for you at all or empathy at all. Zero.
Want me canceled?
Canceled. Get her out of there. And I answered one of these fine people, one of the gentlemen that I know. He said, this woman needs to be fired. She couldn't render an objective opinion. This is, if it hit her in the face. And my response to him was, laughing out loud, I thought you were talking about the reporter.
Who did all his reporting off my social media?
Yeah.
That's where he got all his intel, on my social media.
And they trust, ProPublica, all these left-wing. I mean,
USA Today.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
We love those fact checkers, don't we?
Yeah. USA Today fact checkers, ProPublica, which is
who reads this stuff though? Who's reading it?
And that's scary. That's the scary part. Who actually reads this trash?
Yeah.
So the other thing that I want to ask you is, your friend, the very folks that hosted the event, which is a beautiful venue.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to mention names or anything, but again, why attack the people?
Yeah.
It's their. Listen, if you want to throw, like you said, a campaign event or rally for Joe Cunningham, and not that I'm just picking on Joe Cunningham, but if that's what you want to do, if I'm the business owner, I have the right, well within the right, to do that. Correct? Mm-hmm. Am I missing something here?
I would think so, unless there's I don't think the law specifically spoke to these types of get-togethers. I really don't. I mean, having that junior attorney read that stuff out, the guy that finished last in his class, drill through his chapter and verse. I'm thinking to myself as I'm listening to him, does this fall into this category?
Yeah, I don't know.
And I thought, I don't think so. Maybe it's like doing 1 mile an hour over the speed limit.
I know, right? It's like, come on, you guys. I felt like I was in front of a firing
Put you in
squad.
jail.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
but the beautiful thing is, back to the fellow whose business it was, so much business he's gotten. That's the happy part. That again, good. I say they're coming out of the woodwork and supporting us, and we have to seize the moment and get together and try to do something positive with all this They're the party of hate, and that liberal they turn everything into a scandal. Everything's a scandal.
I'm a man of faith, and I'm not going to preach right now, but I think we really are in the midst of a battle of good versus evil.
Right. Yeah.
One of the things that I love about Al when he started TalkOne Radio is he wanted to build a bridge, an opportunity. We used to be able to have debate in the public square.
Yeah.
And if Mike was a Democrat or socialist or communist, and we could agree to disagree at the end of the day, shake hands or hug each other and leave, and everything was dandy.
Yeah.
You notice the political temperature, it's so hot right now.
Hate.
I mean, there is hate.
Yeah.
And like you said, I talked to the owner when I was up there. Thank you. It was a great event. And those that didn't have a chance to participate, It was wonderful, and it was just really well done. We had a beautiful evening, and it was great, like you said, seeing everyone. And I believe that more and more people now, especially since this whole pandemic thing started, honestly, more people are asking questions. More people are starting to recognize that you can't always take things at face value.
Right.
And that maybe God has called us to such a place, each individual, to do something about it, not to sit on the sidelines, to get active, to be involved locally within your community. And it starts within your neighborhoods, right? It starts within your own little community. That's where you make the most impact.
And Lynn Wood tells me that too. You know, we've become friends throughout all this. And he does big, huge, monumental things, but he is always telling me he's proud of me and what I do. And he's the one that said, we have to have little rallies. We don't have to have big Trump rallies. Let's get our neighbors together and talk and, try to fix things. And,
we should have had Lynn in the studio with us tonight.
That would have been a firecracker there, buddy.
We would have had a party. It would have been great.
Well, what really is depressing to me is that, the leader of the Democratic club or party,
Mike Bogle.
I mean, some of the things that he said that described his club's three-step response to the rally. Now, this is someone that has no dog in the fight.
Right.
I mean, how about minding your own business? But check this out. This is what he wants his club members to do. Target the businesses that host these types of events and encourage Beaufort residents to let the companies, quote, know they're going to lose business if they continue to open their doors to this type of activity. He also called on residents to try to, quote, deplatform Ms. Spalding from social media. In other words, let the dogs out for the cancel culture.
And they did that, FYI. They did hateful, just horrible things they put on my social media.
So I guess you're proud of yourself, sir. His group also plans to contact Mayor Murray and demand that he remove Ms. Spalding from the Elections Commission. Well, you were,
Sorry, guys. Hello? Can you hear me? It's Lynn. Hello? Hey.
Him dial in on.
Yeah, he can call.
I gave him. Can you hear me?
Sometimes the connection here. Yeah.
What's the number?
It's 843.
Hold on. I'll hang up and I'll text him.
We can text
him.
There
you go.
Oh, trying to call in, but busy signal. He did this 15 minutes ago.
Okay.
It's busy.
Okay, it's make sure he's dialing 1-843.
Okay, hold on. Let me give it to him.
A lot of people dial 1-800-843.
Okay, what is it?
1-843.
1-843.
800 1492.
800 1492.
Right.
1-843 800 1492.
Right.
That's it. And
We
Linda
shall
will.
see.
Linda will
Somebody
take the
must have been listening. How about that?
How about
That's pretty good. So you were saying, about specifically
some
rules for thee, but not for me.
Exactly.
Right? Basically, is what that gets down to.
And it was almost like in the article they were proud to print that.
Yeah, and listen to this. This is a really rich stuff here. If similar events go unchecked, Bogle said, people will move away and tourists will no longer visit the area.
My favorite part of the whole article.
Right. They don't want to come to the
My girlfriend
beach.
and I were joking about that. We're going to chase the terrorists away.
You didn't realize you had that much power, did you?
No,
Man, talk about demonization. My good vilification there. Hey, golf clap. This guy is good, right? I'm telling you what.
Well, it's
going to
pretty
chase
sad.
the tourist away. People are going to move.
You got to be like feathers of the duck. Let that stuff roll off your back, right? I'm telling you what. I forgot
it hurt,
that.
though, you guys. It hurt.
Oh, it does.
Bad.
It
It really
does.
did.
Of
It
course
was
it
scary,
did.
especially the hateful stuff they were putting on my social media. And but I did get off my social media except for Telegram and Rumble. On 9/11, there was a big exodus off of Facebook and Instagram.
Well, I can tell you that the love is definitely showering over you versus the hate, because as you mentioned, more people coming out of the woodwork really to support you, Helen. Right?
Yeah, it's just been
Telegram. I mean, now I say, you were telling me today, because I haven't done much with Telegram. I've got a few people that I follow on it, but I was trying to get us up on TalkOne Radio. Our social media, we've not been very good about it. That's kind of my fault.
It's the way of the future, you
but
guys.
it is, and all these alternatives. So we've been streaming on Facebook and YouTube and other things, and I think we're throttled really because of that content, honestly.
Yeah.
But tonight was the first night we're live on Rumble, which we're
Still
excited
busy,
about.
he says.
And
let me check.
And one of the other things is, we're trying to improve that. But when you start to see like a platform such as Rumble, or Telegram, where people are coming, like you said, feeding on the ability to have this free speech platform where they're not being censored, where they're not being throttled, where they can express their opinions. So that's really important for people to be able to do that. So
I have a YouTube channel too, but I thought, I'm going to quit posting on that, but I'm not advertising on it or anything like I used to. The Rumble and the Telegram, you can get so much just by doing those two, and you feel good about it too. You're not supporting the communist on Facebook.
True.
You know what I mean? I know some people have to do it for their business or whatever, but it felt good to get off.
I need to get off of some of those other platforms. I really don't do much with it, but it's a good point. And I think to Lynn's point, he says, get off some of those.
I did it. It was a great feeling.
I need to do that as well. So we're coming up. It's about time for a break. Do you want to try the phones and see if we can get that squared away? We go for a break for a few minutes. Folks, you're listening.
Let me do that.
You're listening to TalkOne Radio. We're going to go to a quick break, and we're going to come back, and sounds like we might have a special guest on. We'll continue our discussion with Helen Spalding. Stay tuned. Don't go away. TalkOne Radio Network.
Are you tired of market losses and fees associated with the stock market? Would you like to be able to watch your money grow without the risk of any losses? Successful Seniors can help you secure your retirement income. There are no monopolies on good ideas, and in today's financial environment, it is important to get a second opinion and find out what prudent and informed investors are doing with their money. Call toll-free 833-814-0115 or email Doug at dougfair1@msn.com for a no-cost appointment.
No time for fitness? Unsure of what to do when you walk into the gym? The eFit Club uses eGym and Matrix technology combined with personal training to easily guide you through your workout. It's the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to improve your health. The eFit Club is suitable for all adults, and our members are reporting amazing results. The eFit Club is located in Bluffton at the Belfair Town Village Shopping Center. Mention Alan or Roman of TalkOne Radio, and you'll receive a special discounted membership. It's your time to get fit. Change your fitness, change your life.
The Epoch Times is dedicated to truthful reporting, free from any influence of government, corporation, or political party. Now, radio listeners can receive an introductory 1-month subscription to the Epoch Times weekly newspaper, as well as unlimited access to its website, all for $1. Visit readepoch.com to subscribe online, or call the Epoch Times at 917-905-2080 to subscribe by phone. That's 917-905-2080.
Looking for a barbershop with a traditional feel? Well, look no further. Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop is the Low Country's place to receive a top quality haircut or straight razor shave. You'll enjoy a family environment where everyone is welcomed and the refreshments are on the house. Joe's is located at 23 Johnston Way in Bluffton and open 7 days a week. For old school service and quality, makes Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop your go-to place for the finest haircut and shave in the Low Country. Call 843-757-5637 or visit www.joesclassiccuts.com today for your next appointment.
Are you an entrepreneur with a business idea but just need a little help getting it off the ground? Well, the Don Ryan Center for Innovation in Bluffton can help entrepreneurs succeed and innovative companies grow. As a nonprofit organization, they provide resources and experienced guidance to successfully launch and grow your business. Contact them today to see how they can help at 843-540-0405 or visit their website at donryancenter.com.
Hello, everybody. Jimmy here at Underground Burritos, your restaurant-inspired, taste-delivered, ready-to-heat meat burrito company. Also got them great, hot and ready. Hey, we moved locations this year over on May River Road, right here in the heart of Old Town Bluffton. Come give us a shout. Come pick up some great burritos. And hey, guys, look, we're teaming up with TalkOne Radio to bring you a great new radio show called Restaurant Talk. Look forward to hearing from you. Stop by. Have a great day.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have entered the No Hate Zone. We want to hear from you. Call us at 1-843-800-1492. Find your voice on the Low Country's finest conservative talk radio.
TalkOne Radio.
And now, here's Big Al.
Oh, there's something wrong with there.
Well, we're back here, folks. TalkOne Radio, and
we got the phone ringing in the background.
The phones are ringing in the background here. No way to shut that off.
Yeah. I gotta kill it.
Does this happen all the time?
No, we haven't had anything like. Well, it stopped, so that's good.
Well, yeah, because they dropped completely off. But we'll reboot it and go back to it.
So it is what it is. I guess one of the other options.
We apologize for that.
You could always put them on speaker, and you have to hold it close to the microphone to see if that works, which is fine. But so you never, again, I'm always cautious. Like I was making a point, and I'll say this because I do all the technical stuff. It's no surprise to me, and it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody else that can connect dots, that when you start talking about certain subjects, whether it's the election, whether it's about COVID, right, whether it's about our national security, I have a lot of strange things happen to my electronic devices. And here we invoked one name. and of course, these types of issues start to happen. So if he calls you directly or if able to get through, would love to have him online. But continuing on our conversation here, as we were talking, Helen, about some of the things that you've been through, the humiliation, and kind of now this side, or now that you've been able to put some time and space from that decision. It sounds like you're turning this into a lot of positive things, and I think that's fantastic.
A lot of positive things. Again, people just reached out. We had a meeting on this September 7th. We're having another one on the 27th, where it's people that just want to get involved in all of our local business, government, and paying attention to what's going on in our city and Beaufort County. And so it's really exciting. We get together and just talk about stuff. We don't have any fancy speakers or anything, but we share, what we're trying to do. And it just feels good to get together and share that type of stuff.
Good. Are we back up?
We're back on.
Okay.
Everything's good except for the phones. I don't know why they're not working. I apologize.
Yeah. Sorry, folks. Sometimes this does happen, and
I don't know if it's the weather. I don't know if it's.
It's kind of a strange.
Everything goes through Boston and comes back down here. So I don't know.
Kind of a strange thing. So, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Well.
Yeah. I don't know. Did you want to try to dial him up, or I can try to dial him up from here?
I can call him, but it's not working. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, just let me. If you just if you trust me with those numbers, I can dial him up.
Yeah, do that.
Let me see if it.
Part of the thing is when you're going through anything challenging like this is to have a spouse, good friends.
No, you're right.
Other patriots to come alongside of you to give you that encouragement, exhortation, support. That is incredibly helpful.
I couldn't imagine going through this without Mike. And then also, my girlfriend that lives just down the road. We just connect. We've only known each other for a few months. Yeah. And look what we did. And
how deep those ties.
Yeah.
And
you know what else? Speaking of that, I didn't meet Lynn until I want to say like April. Mm-hmm. And then once I found our local party, was not interested in hearing the truth or, doing any of this, I really doubted being in that group, and so I went to an event called Rock the Red. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. And,
yes. Presley Stutz. And
yes. And I met him and Jeff Davis, and, they had formed a educational group, my SCGOP, to teach people how to get involved and it was just love at first sight. And I thought, this is the way it's supposed to be. These people are my people. They're kind, they're caring. They want to teach you how to get involved instead of shun you. And that was in June. And here we all are. I mean, it's just it's
in
crazy.
September. And I like what you just said there, because I experience that a lot too, is when you meet people. I'm going to use Seth Keschel as an example. I'd never met him. I've had a few conversations with him prior to the event that we had in Mount Pleasant. It was on my birthday, August 31st. But there were a few people, Lynn included with that you hear, because there's some people, I don't want to use the term celebrity, but people that are very popular because they're standing for truth. I'm just your average Jeff. I really am. But
No, you're not.
I'm going to
speak
above
average.
Well, thank you. I'm going to speak the truth.
Yeah.
Especially to those that are in power, because I have an obligation to do that. All right. And I think that when you do meet some of these people, Al's another one. Same thing. We're not trying to be famous. We're just trying to speak the truth and help point others to the Lord. Mm-hmm. And I think at the end of the day, when you meet someone like Seth Keschel or Lynn Wood or others, Sidney Powell, you realize that, boy, these people, they're the real deal.
Yeah.
And they get bashed, and they're, people are hurling mud and slinging mud at these folks. And
they get right back up again the next day.
They get right back up. And especially, I'll say for Lynn, I can't believe everything that man has faced. Staunch opposition and just hate, and just keeps on fighting. And I love that. And I admire that. Mm-hmm, and when you mentioned Presley, just for those that are wondering, he was an incredible man. We had a chance to talk to him a few times. And I don't know, for those that have not seen the video where his son gives a very stirring and emotional rebuke last week, I believe it was, up in front of the Senate, South Carolina Senate.
Yes.
And basically he says, he traveled from North Carolina, that these medications, alternative therapy, should be available to be able to treat. And his dad, you killed my father, basically. And it's so sad.
We went to
so
his
unfortunate.
Memorial, Presley's, and it was awesome.
Celebration.
Yeah,
celebration of life. Mm-hmm. So, well, what's the status here?
I dialed them and no answer, so I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if we're going out. We've done everything we could do. So
I'm sorry.
Totally sorry, Lynn and others that are trying to call in tonight. Our apologies. I don't know what it is. It's something.
Well, I guess I'm going to have to come back then.
Yeah, you're always welcome.
Well, I guess we could have a big party. We could always have him in studio if you want, and
for sure.
We could bring him in here and do that.
Most definitely.
But Al, do you have a couple questions for Helen? I've been talking so much. I'm going to shut my big trap.
Well, where do you go from here now, Helen? What's
I don't know. I really don't. I'm just trying. I just want to keep the momentum going from the people that have reached out. And there's a couple of other little groups in Beaufort that are doing the same. And so my girlfriend and I talk about just trying to get us all together, instead of having some little groups, we don't want to be the leaders of the group, but we just happen to, be the ones that had our names plastered out there and the ones they're reaching out to. And so we're just trying to.
Well, I think you'd be a great leader personally.
Oh gosh, I don't know. Thank you. But anyway, so just to try
I think you would serve well.
You're very kind.
To step forward with your girlfriend, who obviously has the same amount of passion that you do.
She does.
And, let's burn this sucker down.
That's right. I like
As they say,
I like it.
Do not be afraid. I'm
not afraid anymore.
Just go after it. That's what I say.
Courage is contagious.
Yeah.
As Lynn says. And so there's a lot we can do. But again, I'm just a small town girl. This all just got thrown in my lap. I haven't thought about what, just other than trying to keep the band together and keep us moving forward. That's all
Well, the good Lord will never give you more than you can handle.
That's right.
So, and you got a great husband, you solid relationship there. you certainly have the organizational skills to.
I am a very
take
organized
this,
person.
right?
I'm glad you recognize
I can
that.
tell that
Communication abilities. Yeah.
Not sure about that, but very organized.
Right on.
Yeah.
And I watched the video from the rally or whatever you want to call it, the get together, I should say.
Yes.
And I thought it was well run, paced beautifully. Lynn was great.
My cousin that just told me to fluff my hair was there with her stopwatch, making sure everything kept on time. So
wow, it was well done.
It was a group effort,
along,
and it was a group effort. It was everybody wanted to be there. It was just, it was a day I'll never forget. That's for sure. It was.
I'm ready for another rally. I think we need
another one.
I'm ready. I'm ready for another one. And honestly, if somebody had said something, I think in one of the Telegram rooms, something about just getting together, the energy, the synergy that's created when you get people together.
Right.
Yeah.
Again, because many of us have just been, whether it was COVID or finances or issues that challenges. Again, there's been a lot of weird, wacky stuff that's been going on for the last 18 months. So again, it's just nice for people to get together and celebrate because this country is worth fighting for. And I think that God is getting ready to do an amazing work, and may not be on my timeline or Al's timeline or Helen's timeline, but I truly believe he is truly the sovereign king. Yeah. And when it's his time, which is perfect, that's when he's going to act. But the meanwhile, what do we get to do? Well, we get to participate in exactly what you're doing, Helen. And so I want to commend you for everything that you're doing.
Gosh,
sorry that you've been through that, but guess what? We love you, Mike.
Thank you.
We're just grateful. And I'm glad. I know personally, I'll say this personally, Lori and I have absolutely enjoyed getting to know you both very well. And we're grateful for the friendship and the relationship as well, as are many of the other people out there that are listening that know you. So much love to you both. Thanks for coming into the studio. Sorry we had this glitch. Never had it happen before.
Yeah,
so,
this is the first for us. So,
but again, I think we possibly may know why some of those things. I'm speculating. People are, he's a right wing conspiracy QAnon theorist, whatever. We set everything up today, especially when we got the cameras in. You look beautiful on the camera, and everything's good. So the stream, you'll be able to
fluff up your hair a little more.
But where can people get a hold of you if they want to follow you on social media? You want to give a plug for some of your social media plugs?
I have a Telegram channel called The Helen Lee, and I also have a Rumble channel, and I thought that might have been Lynn, but no, it's Chuck. Anyway, I have a The Helen Lee on Telegram and The Helen Lee on Rumble.
Gotcha.
So, and I also have a YouTube channel, but I don't know how much longer. And that's
just get off that screw tube, I think, as Dan Bongino calls it or something.
Right.
Because honestly, that's the thing. These big tech companies, social media, they've grown to be so enormous in size. And they're in cahoots really with the crazy leftist Democrats, this social. Exactly, Mike. That's exactly what's going on here. So listen, there's a lot of great alternative. If you haven't been on Gab, which is great.
I don't know about that one. I think Lynn just opened an account on there in case something happens to the Telegram. So maybe we should go to that.
I don't do much on Gab.
Getter.
I haven't tried. I haven't tried Getter yet. On BitChute, there's Brighteon. Right. There's several of them out there, folks. But the Helen Lee on both Rumble and Telegram. Check her out. And again, we just want from Al and I just want to say thank you for being here in the studio with us tonight. You're welcome anytime, or you can call in. See, it's not that bad, is it?
No, I want to come back tomorrow now.
Well, hey,
come back.
We'll put you to work.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be out of the seat for a little bit, so it's.
Yeah, well, guess what? You're going to have to sit in this chair because I'll be over there in the running the con.
Good side, I don't know.
But yeah, we can figure it up. And same thing to Lynn. So if Lynn, if you are listening, you're more than welcome. I've said this to you and Sharon. You're welcome anytime here. We love you, and we're going to allow you to come in and speak freely what's on your mind, because that's what this show is all about.
That's exactly right. And we'll take another quick break and get everybody on their way. Thanks for listening. Stay with us. We got about another 40 minutes to go.
That's right.
And we'll be right back. You're listening to TalkOne Radio.
Are you tired of market losses and fees associated with the stock market? Would you like to be able to watch your money grow without the risk of any losses? Successful seniors can help you secure your retirement income. There are no monopolies on good ideas, and in today's financial environment, it is important to get a second opinion and find out what prudent and informed investors are doing with their money. Call toll-free 833-814-0115 or email Doug at dougfair1@msn.com for a no-cost appointment.
No time for fitness? Unsure of what to do when you walk into the gym? The eFit Club uses eGym and Matrix technology combined with personal training to easily guide you through your workout. It's the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to improve your health. The eFit Club is suitable for all adults, and our members are reporting amazing results. The eFit Club is located in Bluffton at the Belfair Town Village Shopping Center. Mention Alan or Roman of TalkOne Radio, and you'll receive a special discounted membership. It's your time to get fit. Change your fitness, change your life.
The Epoch Times is dedicated to truthful reporting, free from any influence of government, corporation, or political party. Now, radio listeners can receive an introductory 1-month subscription to the Epoch Times weekly newspaper, as well as unlimited access to its website, all for $1. Visit readepoch.com to subscribe online or call the Epoch Times at 917-905-2080 to subscribe by phone. That's 917-905-2080.
Looking for a barbershop with a traditional feel? Well, look no further. Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop is the Low Country's place to receive a top-quality haircut or straight razor shave. You'll enjoy a family environment where everyone is welcomed and the refreshments are on the house. Joe's is located at 23 Johnston Way in Bluffton and open 7 days a week. For old school service and quality, makes Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop your go-to place for the finest haircut and shave in the Low Country. Call 843-757-5637 or visit www.joesclassiccuts.com today for your next appointment.
Are you an entrepreneur with a business idea but just need a little help getting it off the ground? Well, the Don Ryan Center for Innovation in Bluffton can help entrepreneurs succeed and innovative companies grow. As a nonprofit organization, they provide resources and experience guidance to successfully launch and grow your business. Contact them today to see how they can help at 843-540-0405 or visit their website at donryancenter.com.
Hello, everybody. Jimmy here at Underground Burritos, your restaurant-inspired, taste-delivered, ready-to-heat and eat burrito company. Also got them great, hot and ready. Hey, we moved locations this year over on May River Road, right here in the heart of Old Town Bluffton. Come give us a shout. Come pick up some great burritos. And hey, guys, look, we're teaming up with TalkOne Radio to bring you a great new radio show called Restaurant Talk. Look forward to hearing from you. Stop by. Have a great day.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, you have entered the No Hate Zone. We want to hear from you. Call us at 1-843-800-1492. Find your voice on the Low Country's finest conservative talk radio. TalkOne Radio. And now, here's Big Al.
Well, it's actually not Big Al, it's Zapper. Boy, that was so nice. Al will be back in just a minute or two. It was wonderful having Helen and Mike here in the studio with us. And I want to encourage any of our listeners out there, you're more than welcome to join us anytime here in our Bluffton studio. That's what this program is all about. We have structured this program so folks can express their viewpoint, what's going on, share what's happening in their lives, and we provide that platform for you for free. So, I don't know, we were having some technical issues. We've never really experienced that before, and I don't know, that was really strange. At any rate, I was wondering if somebody was going to drop in the comments what the big story was with Project Veritas. Maybe that's what people are watching. It's 8:27 p.m. Eastern time. And unfortunately, when I walked outside, it's still raining here in the Low Country. It's been raining all day. And you know how fun that is? When you have to walk dogs, you have to be outside. It is no fun. So hopefully the rain will be ending here later. But we've got about 30 minutes left here Doesn't look like our call-in's working tonight, but we've got some reads that we're going to do here in a few minutes. So,
okay, I'm back.
Hey, welcome back.
It's a biological break was needed. That was for sure.
Sometimes that happens.
That's for sure.
Good.
Just a couple PSAs here. First one is Tunnels to Tower Foundation. T2T.org is where you need to go. Listen, they're doing a Tunnel to Towers Bluffton in November 14th. It's a run walk type of deal. They're looking for sponsors and participants. Contact Jen McBurk, 718-987-1931. And she's a local person that's handling this, but that's a New York number. But this is for the firemen that ran through the, I believe one of the tunnels from
9/11.
Yeah, 9/11. So it's a good organization. They help support the families of the firemen, the 343 firemen, and 110 law enforcement officers that died. So please give them a look. The EFIT Club, of course, is one of my favorites. Can't go over there now with this situation I'm in, but can't even work out at all. Can't even walk, do a little walk around the neighborhood or nothing. So in preparation for this, but when I'm done, man, look out. I'm back on the EFIT Club, and so should you.
Be like Rocky Balboa.
Yeah, check it out. I might even get one of those little pork pie hats to wear. They have
Wonderful.
classes training e-gym and cardio over there. Give Jay a call, 843-707-9771. Don't forget to get your tickets for the Concert for Heroes from Patriots FOB up in Ridgeland, October 8th. $40, get you to see a great show, hang out with some pretty cool celebrities. And if you want to rub elbows and do all that other stuff, you can, and have VIP treatment. You can buy the VIP package for $250. It's a good deal. I can't go to it. I was all fired up to go, but doctor's orders, I'm going to be on my back. So unable, Mabel. And that's it. I thought that was great that they came in.
Yeah.
Helen Spalding and her husband.
Wonderful
very
people.
nice.
And it was really great to have her here. I know initially she said she was a little nervous, but she did great.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with our callers. We have some loyal listeners and callers that are a little bit sometimes initially hesitant or reluctant to call in.
Right.
But they had a great time, and certainly we did too. And I'm sure all the listeners tonight, those that were following everything that was happening here locally to Helen, and she shared her story, and it was great to listen to that. So
I'm just trying to text our engineer up in Boston right now
to see what's going on with that.
Yeah, just to see maybe if he can get it fixed before we leave. I know we got a half hour to go.
Yeah.
I'm sure you don't really want to sit and listen to me talk about this, but
no, that's all right. In fact, I was trying to do a backup because for my streams, when I'm doing stuff for Engage the Right, I typically have a different type of a broadcast call-in program that allows it. Actually, I don't have a call screener when I'm doing it all by myself. So
Right.
it does it's kind of like an AI, and it does automatically transcript your call and say, hey, I'm Joe Smith calling from Cleveland, Ohio, and I want to talk about the COVID vaccine or whatever. And then it does that. But I couldn't, this computer here that I'm using tonight for the live stream doesn't have it. So I don't have the number with me. I'm using Melon, so I can't switch this profile from TalkOne Radio to Engage the Right. So anyway, but yeah, it was great. It was great having them here in the studio. And I was trying to look on my Telegram channel to see what the big news was with Project Veritas that he was going to release. And I'm trying to find it here. Let's see. It looks like it's a video. Breaking Part 1. Federal government HHS whistleblower goes public with secret recordings. This must be the thing. Government doesn't want to show the COVID vaccine is full of... They shove adverse effect reporting under the mat.
COVID, right?
It must be. It's Project Veritas, and I don't know. I'd play this, but I don't know how long it is, and where this. It's a video. So anyway, hard to tell there. So that's what it must be about these vaccines. We're starting to see more and more truth come out about these vaccines, and the FDA they were pushing to have children as young as 5 years old to start having this, but again, with a 99% recovery rate, and we haven't heard much of the Delta variant lately, have we?
No,
right? I mean, it's not me, right? We haven't heard much about it. And the fact of what you brought up earlier is you said you were talking to nursing staff and folks that you've been, having an opportunity to talk to in the hospital or healthcare setting recently. There was nothing going on. So yeah, go ahead. I'll do that. And I'm going to take a look at this and see. This is like a 10-minute video. Looks like the Project Veritas. So I can't wait to take a look at that later. I'm always concerned that because there's so many issues going on right now with our technology wise, I'm afraid, don't touch that button. It's one of those crazy things when you start to do things here on a live broadcast, which we are. And it's just me and Big Al, by the way. So it's not like I've got a whole engineering staff that's looking over everything while I'm trying to talk, move my hands. Hey, don't look at this hand over here. But it is a lot of fun. Since he's not with me on the air now, I do want to just let everybody know. Old Zapper is going to be solo here for a little bit, and I do want to lift up my brother Big Al. First off, for his health, for the procedure that he's going to be going through. If you are a man or woman of prayer, I would greatly appreciate if you'd be lifting up the doctor's hands, the physicians, the surgeons that will be performing this for Al. I think it's very imperative that we're lifting him up to the Lord, and that his recovery, everything goes well, and he'll have a speedy recovery. I'm certainly going to miss him here. One of the things that I did want to mention also is during my time when I'm here solo, we certainly will be taking your calls, but also having opportunities to have more interviews. If you like a specific content or subject area that you'd like us to focus in, you can always go to our website, which is talkoneradio.com. There's an area for you to go ahead and click and send us an email, and certainly would greatly appreciate your feedback. One of the other things too is now that we're starting to get on to some of the different social media. Again, I just started Telegram today, so we don't have very many followers. But you can go to our Telegram app, and it's easy to find us. Just go to Telegram, and you can find us TalkOne Radio. It's at TalkOne Radio. That's all one word, and you'll be able to find the channel there. I'm going to try to start posting more information on the TalkOne Radio Telegram chat. I kind of like Telegram. If you haven't used it, it's pretty easy to communicate. They actually even have an opportunity for you to do some live streaming on there too. But Rumble is something relatively new. It's just our Rumble account is TalkOne. I posted that in the Telegram chat tonight, so you can take a look at that there. But we're going to start live streaming again, folks, because primarily I think what we've been experiencing is that these big social media companies, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, we've been having so many issues with being throttled. And also, I was the first one to get us censored because I was talking, I think it was Dr. Dan Stock when I showed that video, 3 or 4 weeks ago, and we got a strike. So they don't care for us too much anyway. And honestly, I don't care too much about them either. So as Al continues to work on some of the technical issues, I wanted to talk a little bit about what's going on here locally in the Low Country in terms of news. And I don't know why. I'm reading, we have the island packet here locally. United Airlines to offer year-round nonstop flights from Hilton Head to this U.S. city. That's the big breaking news. Other than that, and the flooding that we have here locally, we just had a tremendous amount of rain, and it's unfortunate, but there's not much we can do about that this right here. All right, let's go to some national news now, and let's take a look at what's going on here at the Epoch Times. Of course, you know, the disaster at the southern border is still occurring. Thousands, 15,000 or more. And a lot of these were Haitian immigrants that were trying to cross the border right there at Del Rio, Texas. I think many of those were, they didn't come directly from Haiti, by the way. They were pre-positioned in kind of the Central America, and they came up there and, hey, this is Build Back Better. This is Joe Biden's policy. Everything was fine under Trump, but now we've got, 15,000 people. It's just horrendous to see these folks that are wading through, crossing the river, and it's a total debacle. It's just really unfortunate. So that's going on at the southern border, and let's see here. Here's some of the news that's coming up. Mississippi nurse organizes rally against vaccine mandates. This is the island. This is the Epoch Times. Let me go ahead and bring this. It says about 100 people stood in the rain on Saturday to protest vaccine mandates in front of a hospital in Columbus, Mississippi. Nurse Amber Anders organized a rally, one of many that have been held throughout the state. My biggest frustration with this is that I have natural immunity, so I don't need a vaccine, Anders told the Epoch Times. That's exactly right. We've been talking about that here on our program for many weeks now. Whatever happened to the flu? It seems like that's what was done away with when this whole COVID-19 thing started. But this nurse is talking about that she has natural immunity. And quite honestly, based upon these efficacy studies that keep coming out, they say, hey, the Pfizer vaccine or the Moderna vaccines, these vaccines, no, they're losing efficacy, over time. And they start talking about these boosters. I don't know what the heck is going on with that, but it seems like natural immunity is still the best thing. So we're talking about. We're just talking about some of the local stuff. How are things going over there?
Listen, you won't believe this. I just got off the phone with
George.
George, my good friend and engineer for our show.
Yeah,
out of Boston, and I caught him at home, but he can still work remotely. We are not the only ones that are suffering from this, but the people that handle their internet telephone business are fighting off this Russian ransomware that
you can't make this stuff up.
He said, I'm sorry it happened to you. They work with stations all across the country, and one of his big stations is a big sports station in San Diego. He said it happened this morning. He says it was unbelievable. And then because of the bots that they put on this thing, it won't let you use the product until they pay. So he's trying to call right now. He's trying to do. Well, I don't know. But it's who they contracted with. And, they've been sailing along for like 15, 20 years now without a problem since they put their, their techniques together and engineering and make this thing happen for mobile broadcasting and internet streaming broadcasts.
It just happened to happen this evening.
Well, I mean, it's been happening for the last 2 weeks. Yeah. It just so happened the wheel finally came around to us. I mean, so he said, I'm sorry. He said, what we'll do is, I have a workaround for it.
Okay.
He says, that won't help what happened tonight to you.
Yeah.
But we'll compensate you for that. And so, it's a great company. It's called Backbone Radio. It's out of Boston, Mass. And these Richard Cern and George Cap. They're the best in my book.
I'm wondering if this is maybe if this has been happening in the past couple of broadcasts where we didn't have. Did you have anyone call on Friday?
No.
We haven't. I don't think we've had a call since maybe last Wednesday, right?
Yeah. And normally we have people that call in, just say hello or
Oh,
friends of the show. Hey.
Well, I thought it was just the way I looked.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Maybe we just figured it out. Yeah. So, hey, anybody that was, let's make sure we understand. Anybody that was trying to call in and is getting a busy signal, it wasn't because the lines were full. It's because we've got some Russian ransom spyware going on here. Well, hijacked us, you know. This is crazy.
Not us personally, but the entity that runs all the phone lines for Backbone Radio.
Well, we were being held ransom by them because we weren't able to get through. But anyway, we just roll with it. We
roll with it, man.
That's the way we
it's a battlefield. You can't win every little skirmish. You gotta keep the big picture in line.
All right. Yeah. I was talking about a little bit of COVID, but especially I was talking about the all these illegal immigrants. A lot of them are Haitians that are coming, you know, and they're being told they're going to be deported. Here's the thing. They didn't come directly from Haiti, obviously. They were down in Central America. They're staged. They have to pay usually. And I'm hearing like some of these people are paying like $10,000 to come up from the or more. Right. And there's this whole sex trafficking and all this, you know, these cartels.
Right.
And so what were there 15,000 or so down at the Rio Grande area, you know, that it's sad.
You know what I said
it's
earlier?
An invasion, man.
Joe Biden and crew. If you're black, you got to go back.
Yep.
That's what is. You know, listen, folks, these Democrats have basically used up the black race for, you know, and now they're
for political purposes.
That's all.
That's all.
That's it. You've been used and misused. And the truth hurts. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. What started out as a grand idea of helping people pull themselves up turned into, let's use this to fish out some voters. And that's what it is. And now, who's the soup du jour? It's the Latinos. So, okay. You know, and that's where we're at. So I understand why they want to come to this country. I understand the plight in their own countries. I understand that. No, I don't want to hurt kids. I don't want to hurt families. Every conservative would love to be able to welcome new immigrants to this country in an orderly fashion. Let's start using the orderly fashion. Let's get back to that. Let's get back to the turnstiles. Let's vet these people out. Do you think Ellis Island was just boats running up on shore with people running towards west? You know, and just populating the states? No, it was an orderly fashion. And we have laws that cover how people can immigrate, rather.
That's right.
So, I mean, it's, you know, I get to, but now we have Joe Biden has turned the spigot on. Come on, come all. He's going to absolutely sink the rest. He's going to sink the lifeboat.
Yeah.
By putting too many people in it. And,
it seems to be deliberate, definitely. I mean, don't you think? I mean, it's not too big of a jump, is it? Deductively, it looks. I mean, the same debacle. We've got Afghanistan again, national security. We basically have an invasion at the southern border. The economy is going into the tank. It's just waiting for the stock market. Well, we've got the whole budget reconciliation and the debt ceiling. You know, they want to continue to raise it. We're just basically bankrupt as a nation.
Right.
And I don't know what's going to happen here. They keep talking about Red October coming. Maybe that's when the market's going to drop. I'm sure they got something. Well, the good news is nothing happened this weekend. Remember, they said don't go to the Capitol, right? Don't go to Washington.
Right.
And it sounds like many news outlets are reporting that there were more policemen undercover intelligence agents like FBI and reporters at the January 6th, rally for those that have been detained illegally, I should say, really their due process rights, those that are still being held in confinement for 23 hours a day at these roach infested facilities for the quote armed insurrection of January 6th.
Right.
So that was good. I was really concerned that we were going to see some sort of an event.
Well, I mean, I don't blame the people. I know it was sparsely attended.
Yeah.
And I know why, because when you start dragging people in, putting them in solitary confinement, that's a motivator, where you can get thrown in jail for stepping on the grass.
Yeah.
At the Capitol. I mean, there is insane. I don't know how many are left in jail, but, maybe 60 to 100 people. But where is their due process?
Well, yeah.
What the hell is going on
and
here?
Basically for trespassing, right?
Right.
Okay. I mean, were windows broken and stuff. Yeah, that's right. But again, the whole narrative of an armed insurrection, we know what really happened that day. It was one person that was murdered.
Right. Yeah, nobody's talking about
by a Capitol Police officer, right?
Yeah. Under no threat.
Under no threat whatsoever. Shot right in the throat. Point blank range for the most part,
Right, 30 feet away. 30 feet away. You can watch the video, folks.
Yeah.
Go watch it. And then you tell me that woman was presenting a deadly threat to that officer.
Couldn't see her hands.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Absolutely sickening. It makes me ill. And then you have the fixes in. The coyotes are in the hen house.
Yeah.
Get Lynn calling it. Awesome.
Oh,
we're back. We're back. George fixed it for us. Thank
already.
you, George.
How about that? That's pretty good.
Right. Absolutely.
Well, hopefully it works now. Those Russians, I'm telling you. Sure, it's not the Chinese.
The Ruskies.
It could be.
They're just as bad. And, just because they look like this.
Are we going to be able to give Lynn 10 minutes? We only got 10 minutes.
We're going to give him all the time.
All right. Well, we might be here. We might be here for a while. We love Lynn. The Linwood.
Right.
Yeah. Bring him on.
So, I mean, the fact that we missed him earlier when Helen was here was maybe kind of very sad. But
yeah, well, he's probably these two amateurs. What are they doing? No, we're really not. We didn't have any control of it, but it's the culmination. All this stuff, sometimes it just comes together like this.
Right.
It is what it is.
Mr. Wood, welcome to TalkOne Radio. Al Flowers here with Jeff Zapp. Thank God that you got through tonight. We felt so bad.
Well, listen, I'm sorry I missed it. I'm sure Helen did a great job, and I appreciate y'all having Helen on, not because she's my friend, which she is, but because I think her story is so important to people in South Carolina and really around the nation to hear what happened to her for simply making an effort to get an honest vote in South Carolina in 2020.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't see where these laws cover her actions. I didn't see it.
Well, I'm not an election lawyer as such, but the law is the law. It should make common sense. And what I do know is that elections are nonpartisan. The rule of law is nonpartisan. The minute you interject partisanship into the rule of law, you've lost the rule of law. The minute you interject partisanship into the election board and how the election is conducted, you've lost an impartial, honest vote. So here's Helen trying to ensure, as best she can, that the 2020 election be reviewed and corrected, which I believe is necessary. Either way, it needs to be reviewed. That's not partisan. Anybody should want an honest election. And if the system is broken, people should want to fix it on both sides. But that's not what's going on right now in South Carolina, and that's not what's going on in America. So I applaud Helen Spalding for her courage.
No, we just dropped.
Oh. That's just the way it's been going. I'm telling you what. Oh boy.
Oh man.
Well, here's the thing. So let's just throw this out there. We've got 7 minutes left. Lynn, if you hear our voice right now, you are welcome on this program anytime. We are grateful.
He's back up on it.
We're grateful for Helen, but certainly for.
Let me grab him real quick.
Yeah.
Lynn, you there?
All right, Lynn.
Lynn, are you on board?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
It's those damn Russians again.
We got this Russian ransomware that's messing with
It may be deep state ransomware.
That probably is it.
I'm not sure it's the Russians. I think it's the.
I can't believe this.
Hey, I think it is the DS ransomware. I think that you hit it right on the head, and they said enough of that.
I'm going to grab them right here.
All right.
Okay, let's try this again. Here we go.
So, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
It's like a Verizon commercial.
So it must be the deep state, because when I said that, it went off, and when you said Russia, it didn't cut off.
Right.
Hey, Lynn,
I
wanted to get in real quick. It's Jeff. Listen, I told Sharon, and I've told you personally, listen, the door is open for you to come in anytime that you want. We were grateful to have Helen, but you know what? We love you. You're welcome here anytime.
Right. Absolutely.
Well, I appreciate that, and I will accept that offer. Not that I think there's something special about me, but I think that what I'm trying to convey to the people in South Carolina and around the country.
Oh, man, would you believe this?
The hits just keep coming. It's just something else. Yeah.
Go ahead, Lee.
You guys still there?
Yeah, we're here.
This is almost.
We're going to shut up. Go ahead.
It's me that's saying things that are getting me cut off. but look, I think what I'm saying and trying to say to the American public is important.
You got to be kidding me.
I can't believe
we're going to have to have them in. That's it.
Yeah. All right. So that's what we're going to do.
You got to come in here. That's it. I'm done. Look at it.
A little radio station in Bluffton, South Carolina, folks. This is we're not making this up. This is the way it is. I just can't believe it.
Every time I go to answer them, Lynn, we got to have you in. We're going to have to get you on a hard line and
have Sharon contact me, and we'll get you all set
every
up.
time I go to put them on air, it's off.
So, that's frustrating.
Here it goes again. Let's see. Maybe at the we'll let the okay, beautiful screener grab it and see if you can flick them in here. Maybe that's what's happening. I don't know.
One of the things that we might want to try also is I'm gonna try to set up a separate secure line where nobody could to trace it. You know what I mean? I've got the capability. I think we should do that, and then we'll stream it through. I'm going to look into that. So if you're still listening, Lynn, that's what we're going to do that, because calling in and this fiasco of drop calls or whoever's playing around with it, it's really agonizing to have to experience, especially for the listeners, especially because we do want to hear what Lynn has
producer,
to say.
if you're holding Lynn, just go ahead and throw them to my screen. Lynn.
There we go.
Yes.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Let's hope we stay more than 10 seconds. I don't know.
I'm not sure we'll make it.
Well, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
That was 9.2.
Yeah, we almost.
All right.
We're almost
well,
there.
listen. All right. Well,
he's calling me. He's a trooper. He's not going to let this go, and neither would I, really.
So I don't think we made.
It's getting shorter now. Yeah, and this guy. I do want to say that, and this is just coming from my heart, that I really appreciate this man, a fellow believer and a fighter. He's just incredible, and he's been under a tremendous amount of attack. I'm just grateful for what Lynn does. Go ahead, Lynn. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't know how long we'll last now, but I wanted to thank y'all for having Helen on, and I would like to come on and talk with you because I think it's important for our country to remember that democracy in America is a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. We, the people, are the government, and we've forgotten that. We've been brainwashed to believe otherwise.
Yeah.
So that's the message that I really want to convey, and I hope I have a chance, and I appreciate the opportunity to have a chance. If whoever's cutting us off will give it to us, I'll come back on another evening and we'll talk.
Absolutely. Well, we're here locally, and right in Bluffton, our studio. So it was great having Helen on, and we did talk about that. The fact that this great republic is all about the consent of the governed, right? And you hit it on the nail on the head, and you're very good with that. So we'd love to have you on anytime. When you get it, we'll make time for you here in the studio. You can come normal Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 to 9 p.m., or we'll make time just like we did for General Michael Flynn, another great hero and patriot. So we'll do that anytime.
Set something up, and I'll come over and see you. That way they can't cut us off on the phone.
That sounds good. I'll just communicate with Sharon, and we'll set it all up, and then we'll look forward to seeing you here in person, Lynn. Thanks so much for calling in.
God bless you.
And for being perseverant with this issue, whatever we're having. But God bless you as well. Have a great evening.
Good evening. Bye-bye.
All right, folks, that was the Lynn Wood. Appreciate Lynn.
Good, you're on.
Okay, thanks for calling in for that. We got just about to go to black here in a few minutes, but we want to thank our loyal listeners. We tested out Rumble tonight. It looks like it was a big hit. Those live streams will also be recorded or embedded, so you can go to TalkOne. It's not TalkOne Radio, it's just TalkOne. You can actually search for TalkOne Radio on videos on Rumble, and you'll be able to see that. But we appreciate you hanging through all these snarls that we had this evening. Thank you to Helen and Mike for them being in the studio tonight, and for Helen being so courageous to share her story about some of the challenges and the humility that, like I said, when she was unanimously let go by the city of Beaufort. Of the elections committee. What is sad?
Brutal.
But listen, it's the end of our show. We'll be back on Wednesday. Do we have any special guests?
Not that I know of.
I'll try to get with Lynn and see when we can have him here in the studio. It will be a tremendous blessing, but we're grateful for his call in tonight.
Right.
And listen, we're grateful for all of our loyal listeners and our callers. Don't be afraid ever to call in, because we're here to be able to provide that platform to speak your mind, whatever that is.
And we're working diligently to get this fixed. So
yeah, it's not an isolated incident for just us.
Right? Wednesday's show, we have General Bill Fitzgerald will be joining us, a personal friend of mine, and Stan Lewis out of, I believe he's out of Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas on Friday. Good. So
perfect.
We get a full week. Bill Fitzgerald, great patriot, and like I said, he was a major general in the Army. He's got a lot to say about what's going on recently, especially with these traitors that are in place right now.
So he'll be joining us Wednesday. So listen, if you're in the low country, be safe out there on the roadways. It's still coming down. I know when I walked out Helen and Mike, it was still coming down pretty good. So be safe, be kind to each other, especially out there on 278.
Right.
We're going to see you back on Wednesday, my friend.
Wednesday, 7 o'clock. We apologize deeply for the technical difficulties. I'm sorry about that. We'll do better. And you keep the faith in God, faith in each other. We will prevail.
Amen.
We'll see you on Wednesday.
Thanks so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show. We broadcast live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern.
Hey, would you do us a big favor? Please make sure that you share this show with your family and friends. Don't forget to hit that like button or to click on the notification bell so you'll never miss out on all the fun. For more information or to send us comments, visit our website at talkoneradio.com. Want to listen to us while you're on the go? Make sure you download the Radio Max app, which is available for both iOS and Android devices. We appreciate all of our loyal listeners. And we'll see you all next time right here on the Low Country's finest conservative talk radio, TalkOne Radio. Thanks so much for listening.